are one of the ocean's most gentle creatures. They are herbivorous marine mammals and are often called sea cows because they spend their days grazing on seagrass. These shy and slow-moving giants have been gliding through our oceans for millions of years, quietly shaping seagrass ecosystems that provide shelter and food for countless marine species, including endangered turtles and wedgefish. Dugongs were once common along the entire East African coastline, but their numbers have plummeted. Today, Mozambique's Bazaruto Archipelago region is home to the last viable population on the continent. This important subpopulation is listed as critically endangered on the IUCN Red List. While some of these dugongs are partially protected within marine protected areas, they frequently roam into unprotected, vulnerable coastal waters, including off of the mainland district of Inhassoro. Led by the Marine Megafauna Foundation, our project works to empower Inhassoro's coastal communities and implement long-term conservation strategies for dugongs, wedgefish, and their seagrass habitats. These animals face multiple threats, including habitat loss due to coastal development and the growing impact of climate change. Powerful cyclones erode dunes, burying seagrass beneath shifting sands. Further dangers include bycatch and entanglement in fishing gear, boat strikes, and in some regions, illegal hunting.
There's a heavy reliance on the use of nets along the coastline, and nets are indiscriminate in what they catch. So whatever animal swims into it is going to get entangled, whether that's a small fish that they're targeting, or a turtle, a wedgefish, or even a dugong is going to get caught. This is a big problem because even if they're only caught in the net for 5-10 minutes before the fish bring them in and release them, that's often going to be too long for them and they're unfortunately going to drown. But just from the number of, for example, turtle bones that we find on the beach, we do know that it's a big problem.
A rede funciona com muita gente. São duas faixas. Outra faixa do outro lado, outra faixa do outro lado.
One of the most common methods of fishing, which is drag netting. This involves a very heavy net being forcefully dragged along the ocean floor, which can inevitably damage the seagrass that is underneath it, making it a less viable habitat for the species that depend on it.
Essa veda que já está indefeso. Quando tinha produto, quando tinha algas, agora já não tem algas, então praticamente que já não há nada.
Hichi ngani modasa le tauli bizwa kula kwa hapa ikama uchicha kuzili modasa shikimati tambaye matiko ma bewa izungulu kumbela tiko himati noseke kurisu zoke zozuchicha
kuyikambe abende awukwazi ukutirehula ovumana mipilo yakutire beforepa iboko zifunda nene opa utirehulanze inu yakadaya ayibezwa kuma moya ukuthi kabaluthe mipolo.
As redes param, não que é a veda, o tempo da veda. Temos a segunda opção, que é a pescalinha. A maioria parte das pessoas que usam a rede ficam paradas, não fazem nada. Mas o governo, neste devido momento, não faz nada, não há nenhuma ajuda. A pessoa só desarrasca, só. Ficamos parados, passamos mal.
The eventual goals of the alternative livelihood programs are to provide fishing communities that for generations have relied solely on the ocean for their income to be able to move away from fishing practices and be able to rely on other means for their income.
Nós temos o projeto de Inhassoro Life, que é turismo ecológico. Naquela comunidade de Vuca escolhemos um dado número de pescadores que são beneficiários desse projeto. E eles preparam a comida local de Vuca, há uma passeada para mostrar aquilo que é a cultura de lá de Vuca. E os turistas têm deixado um certo valor para a comunidade e que esse certo valor, esse certo incentivo acaba ajudando também a comunidade em poder suprir a renda.
Wakati kuvaulaula watu kuvaulaula zawashingalela kushiba zokupesha kwalo muka Megafauna kwalo muka Inhassoro life vapambana vatlana vo vatu zawashingalela avakena kapili ya pili avana vangini zawashingalela kuvakonza vanyawachikela kako vati vazoshele.
The second initiative we have is the Mashamba Project. Mashamba is the local word for a small-scale farm.
Que nós vamos implementar lá em Amanhate uma torre, mais uma estufa, que essa estufa terá todo o leque de sistema de regadio.
This is going to be able to give them a niche in the market, allow them to provide vegetables to the community that there's a demand for this time of year, but traditionally there's not been any way to produce or meet this demand.
Eu pescava na praia, fazia trabalho da praia. Depois chegou esse projeto, consegui sair de lá. Cheguei aqui e me chamaram nesse projeto aqui. Então, nesse projeto, estou a ver que são coisas que eu estou a ver. Não é como eu trabalhava na praia. Aqui estamos a ver muitas coisas que estamos a apanhar. Porque está a ver agora, estamos a receber moange de moer, farinha. Estamos a receber outras coisas que estamos a receber galinha. E a própria pessoa que está trabalhando aqui também gostaram que tem que continuar. Estamos a receber outras coisas que dá para ajudar a nós que estamos a trabalhar e com populações daqui em Amanhã.
O programa dos embaixadores. Esse número de pessoas são pescadores, neste caso da comunidade. Damos as aulas ligadas à conservação marinha.
Aquilo que nós aprendemos aqui, vamos difundir nas comunidades, nas escolas, nas igrejas, nas comunidades, nos bairros. Está a dar um impacto positivo. Não é como antes. Não sabiam se a capturasse tartaruga, não sabiam devolver, mas agora, logo que a tartaruga aparece na rede, logo tiram, devolvem ainda em vida.
Let's go, boy! Vambora, pá!
Todos os anos realizamos anualmente o nosso festival de dugongo e de ervas marinhas, onde nós conscientizamos, neste caso, a comunidade em geral para poder conservar os dugongos. No festival, combina diversão, aprendizagem com jogos interativos, pinturas faciais, realidade aumentada, exibindo o nosso documentário com testemunho de pescadores locais. Este ano tivemos a cobertura da Rádio Moçambique, que ajudou a levar a mensagem ainda mais longe a nível de Moçambique. Também temos o programa de educação ambiental, que trabalhamos nas escolas, onde temos um livro que fala sobre a importância da conservação dos dugongs. Lá tem desde a conservação das ervas marinhas, onde sensibilizamos, neste caso, as crianças para que elas cresçam a saber o que é conservação, por que conservar, por que cuidar dos dugongs, por que conservar a erva marinha, porque a erva marinha é a base, neste caso, do ecossistema. É na erva marinha onde dos dugongs depende da erva marinha para a sua alimentação.
Parque Nacional do Archipelago Bazaruto. Precisamos de manter a nossa praia limpa.
As part of the education program, we're bringing the ocean into the classroom with virtual reality, trying to give local students a chance to explore the marine world in a way they probably never have before. Taking them beneath the waves, letting them swim through seagrass beds and explore coral reefs, and come face to face with the incredible marine life right off their own shores. So far, we've exposed over 1,000 community members and school kids, helping them see why their ocean matters and inspiring the next generation of conservationists. well known among the fishing communities that dugongs often feed in seagrass beds outside the protected boundaries of the parks, but there is very little scientific evidence confirming where they go. Traditional fishing knowledge has been a really crucial starting point for our research, helping us identify key areas to focus our monitoring efforts in unprotected regions.
A movimento wa vanhu na unga hawoneki tingalava litiveja va kutanda jana va humele handle ikama tiranza kukuga muganga wa tona.
We're out here collecting data today over the seagrass flats just outside of the Bazaruto Archipelago National Park. So we are in unprotected regions. Really important habitat for our focal species. We're studying dugongs and we're studying wedgefish. Prime habitat for them, particularly dugongs, they are feeding on the seagrass. However, you can see we're surrounded by a lot of fishing boats and local fishermen, which are using different methods of fishing, particularly gill nets. These are putting large marine megafauna at risk. They can be accidentally trapped inside of these nets and caught as bycatch. We're aiming to gather some baseline data on the most important areas in the region for dugongs and wedgefish. We are using baited remote underwater video systems, or BRUVs, to survey the presence of wedgefish and also other shark and ray species in the region.
Fanele kuhlota hiyo nyambo yadi para kuti taziona zvinhu leswi zvikona ke nazo umekela hiyo nyambo yadi ichilileko nakuona wamathawo nakumahuma netinyolo butana.
This method allows us to collect non-invasive data on wedgefish populations, complementing the insights provided by local fishers. We follow the Seagrass Watch standardized method, monitoring seagrass beds in our area. We lay out 3 lines in an area of dense seagrass cover, and along those lines, every 5 meters, we drop down a quadrat. Within this quadrat, we measure the percentage cover of seagrass, the different species of seagrass, and the height of the seagrass canopy, as well as algae abundance. One thing we get really excited to observe is a dugong feeding trail, providing evidence of dugongs having used the area to feed. We repeat these surveys every 3 months to track seagrass health trends, detect habitat changes, and identify priority areas for dugong conservation. We are now retrieving one of our baited remote underwater video systems after leaving it undisturbed for 90 minutes, attracting elasmobranchs in the area. Elasmobranchs are sharks and rays. We're particularly interested in wedgefish, which are a highly understudied group of shark-like rays, and they're considered one of the most threatened marine fishes in the world. With this data, we can hope to identify aggregation sites for elasmobranchs, understand a little bit more about their habitat use, and help us identify priority areas for protection. We are working with Chris Klegger, an expert in using drones to monitor marine megafauna. He's helped us develop flight plans to survey for dugongs and gather baseline data on their distribution in this important area. They allow us to cover large areas efficiently, collect high-resolution imagery, and observe these elusive animals without disturbing them. By engaging local fishing communities and policymakers, we hope to establish locally managed marine areas that safeguard dugongs and their seagrass habitat for future generations.
One of our camera drops from last week, big blotched fantail ray trying to get into our bait box. So any sharks or rays that we can pick up on these baited remote camera systems are a really good sign of a healthy ecosystem and a great indicator of areas that are worth protecting. So this is great to see. The hope is that by combining all of this research and community engagement, we can contribute to the long-term conservation of dugongs and wedgefish, and consequently the other species and amazing communities that call this place home.
Zaka